Frustration and fear. That's what one local family is feeling after a traumatic accident involving a drunk driver.
Now several attorneys are joining in the fight, demanding a new type of monitoring device be used for repeat DWI offenders. News 13 investigative reporter Karen Zakalak uncovers the benefits and the concerns of continuous alcohol monitoring.
In absolute terror. That's how Abby Moser describes the crash that could have taken her family's lives.
It's really hard to get past.
It was last August when a drunk driver smashed into her husband's truck, plowing him off the interstate with their young son in the back seat. They were hurt, but survived.
I think about it all the time, every day.
According to court documents, Tilden White was convicted in the crash of a level 4 DWI. About 6 months later, records show he was charged with another DWI.
I think that setting them loose to potentially drive again with no kind of monitoring in place is very scary.
Which is why Moser asked the judge to issue one of these, a continuous alcohol monitoring device that keeps a record of any alcohol use. But that request was denied.
That's actually the back plate that goes against the skin.
Lance Cable shows us how the continuous alcohol monitoring device, or CAM, works.
That's naturally coming off your skin through your pores, and your body actually processes out alcohol that way.
Every 30 minutes, the ankle monitor reads the sweat coming off your skin and alerts the company if any alcohol is present. That record can be used in court either pre-trial or post-conviction.
We just don't see the pre-trial orders being utilized by the magistrates, even though they have that authority. They're opting not to use that authority. And of course, like I said, we're getting lots of questions as to why that is.
Local District Attorney Ashley Welch is also asking that question, wondering why this 2012 state law allowing not just judges but magistrates to order CAMs isn't being enforced.
Is that happening?
Not as often as we would like. I know that it's been asked for, and a lot of times it's not granted.
Welch admits a big factor is the price, since the defendant is responsible for paying a $75 installation fee and about $10 a day for the monitor.
I think part of it is sort of the lack of knowledge of what it is, how it works, the cost.
A judge tells us CAMs are only required for the highest level DWIs when a defendant is on probation, but they can be used in other DWIs or for repeat offenders. We wanted to know how often CAMs are being issued here in Buncombe County and found out no one is tracking that information. So we spent days in the clerk of court's office digging for the data ourselves. We went through an entire week's docket from last May and found 128 DWIs. Then we looked up each case one by one. 21 were the highest levels or repeat offenders. We then pulled the judgments for each of those cases and found that CAMs were ordered just 2 times. We wanted to know why, but despite multiple requests to judges in several local counties, no one would agree to an interview. Buncombe County Judge Julie Keppel did send us this statement saying the use of CAM pre-trial is discretionary and there is no policy for its use. Many times it is a financial burden. But defense attorney James Minnick believes CAMs work to keep repeat offenders off the road and on the path to sobriety.
The legislature has specifically deemed this as an appropriate carrot for reducing a potential sentence, and so it should be utilized more, available to more people that want to use it.
It could also be helpful for those on the other side, worried that a driver with a history of impairment could be a danger to someone else's family.
If this is a tool that could save lives, then I absolutely would like to see it be used.
Karen Zakalak, News 13.